for now. Our next comic was gone for a long time, and now he's back. He lives in a fort in his mom's apartment. Give it up for Ryan Green!
You can't imagine my disappointment at learning we're not being broadcast outside anymore. I just want to apologize, first of all, the lineup is now back to dudes. We had two really great women up front. It's a very women-forward crowd, and now it's me, but I will say I am asexual, so it's kind of neutral. I'm an asexual dude, which is sort of like being an Italian person who hates pasta. Every dude I mention it to has been furious at the information. I'm like, I don't like fucking. They're like, you what? And I'm like, look, I don't hate it, but I don't know. You ever played Skyrim? That shit is significantly more fun. And it's never made me wash my sheets after.
You're not playing enough Skyrim.
That's the only heckle allowed. That guy used it up. Another thing you should know about me before we really dive in is that I am riddled with anxiety. I arrived here 30 minutes before the show. None of my friends were here yet. I walked in that door, I spun around, and then I walked out the back door. And then I waited in my car for someone else to get here. I'm sober. I've been sober 7 years now. I'm sober, I'm ace, I don't do anything. It's really difficult to do this sober. Because this is one of the very few hobbies, that really requires you to just be like, hey, I'm gonna get in front of strangers and talk about my penis for a long time. And when I got sober, I thought there'll be a lot of difficult things about this, but I never thought the hardest part would be writing new material that I no longer found as embarrassing to say in public. I would like to give you one of my new infallible sober jokes that I've written. Are you ready? England is too little for that many accents. Someone says, hello, and you drive 20 minutes and they're like, hello! Fuck you! You didn't earn that. I can see where the other guy is from the hill. That's all my sober material. I think about the past a lot because there's a lot of stuff I feel like we missed out on in the past. Like if you're a scientist now, you have to actually do science. And it looks really hard. But if you were a scientist in the 1800s, you could just declare any insane shit. And people were like, fucking absolutely. New textbook about it. Case in point, all dinosaurs. Every dinosaur is a pile of bones that they put together at random. Based on what was cool. Like a kid who tore up the Lego instructions. The word dinosaur means terrible lizard, which is true because they are birds. That is the worst lizard. Another thing that used to happen, and this went on for a long time, is the circus. Do you guys remember the circus? That was a place you went to watch strangers hurt animals. And you were a kid and you said, hooray! The bear's on a bicycle! Now my choice, motherfucker. I think the bear woke up that day and said, I can't wait to get a few miles in. He said, God, I wish I could have salmon. And there's only one way to do it. Also, elephants. Listen, I don't feel like there's a good way to just do 5 minutes about elephant deaths and get good laughs. But that's where I've written myself into in this bit. The punchline just says, many elephants died. Kids rode on their backs. And you would like climb up, not on a rope, just on the scars on the side of the elephant. And your parents were like, did you have fun today? At the animal torture prison? Did you enjoy the humans dressed as clowns? That thing no one has ever liked, ever! Has anyone ever seen a clown and said, delightful? One time Thomas Edison electrocuted an elephant just for shits and giggles. He said, I figured out a light bulb and also I had another idea. I fucking hate this one elephant. I want to get him. Say what you want about Tesla. He didn't kill an elephant. Anybody got pets? Yeah. I understand your nervousness at this segue. I know I'm not going to accuse anyone of electrocuting their pets. Something I have noticed about a lot of friends of mine that have pets is that those pets are always escaping, which leads me to think that you shouldn't have pets. If you open a door for 1 second and the creature that you share your life with is immediately like, I'm the fuck out of here. Your pet has made a decision. Your cat knows there's hawks out there, but it hates you so much. And it's like, I'm taking my chances. If you are just a warden to a pet prison, just rethink the whole thing. Something I like about pet owners is that when your pet dies, I'm sorry there was death in the bit. When your pet dies, you don't call anybody. Like when a person dies, you gotta call somebody and be like, dead person in the house. An animal is just your job. Which means you gotta dig a hole, you gotta bury your dog or whatever. And the thing I find weird about that is that people often will get another dog to replace that dog. But two things dogs love that I know is digging and bones. Which says, you're setting yourself up for terrible disaster. And you're gonna give your dog an existential crisis. Your dog's learning about death. Oh man, these tasty treats look like me if I lay down too long. Uh-oh. Forgive me, it's been a long time. I have to remember what I'm talking about now. I recently rolled my ankle getting out of bed. Anybody else almost 40? I watched a movie recently where Anne Hathaway was hooking up with a younger dude, and she was a cougar. And I said, "Ooh, I wish Cougar Anne Hathaway would hook up with me." And then I remembered, oh wait, I'm the 40-year-old now. It's too late for cougars for me. If I want to have a cougar, I'm going to need to go for the 60 to 70 age range. It's not fun anymore. This is not a bit I've worked out. This is just a thing that happened to me today. I saw a Cybertruck at a nursing home. And it has fucked up my whole day. Who drove their Cybertruck to the nursing home? Is it an employee of the nursing home? No, exactly. They don't have the money. Is it the owner of the nursing home? No. Why would they be there? It is certainly not a tenant, although I believe dementia to be the only viable reason to buy a Cybertruck. Finally, the only thing I can think of is that it is someone visiting the nursing home. But if you're the kind of person who would buy a Cybertruck, I think you're not the kind of person that would visit your mom. I'm Ryan Green. I'm going to call it there. Thank you.